Hi there, Becky here from 168 Fitness. Over the past few weeks, I've been talking about achieving your health, fitness, and weight loss goals before Easter, and we've only got a couple of weeks now until then. So, if you haven't already started, as always, I say just do it now. Just make some positive changes, make an effort. You've got to start, you've got to know what you want to achieve. It's probably not going to happen, the bigger goals aren't going to happen if we're realistic between now and Easter, but there's always and you can always set your date that you want to achieve your deadline by another date. It doesn't have to be Easter. That was just something to focus on short to medium term, but it can be any date in the future, obviously. But even before Easter, any changes you make now, any positive efforts are going to have an impact. You've got a couple of weeks still to be making a conscious effort. If you're trying to lose weight before the chocolate binge, then even just cutting back a little bit now or making a bit more effort with the exercise and burning more calories, that is going to make an impact. You're going to perhaps be able to lose a few pounds before maybe you put them back on again over Easter. Now, I wouldn't encourage that, but yeah, any effort is positive and it is a good step in the right direction. So always just get started. Don't put it off. The fact that you're watching this video, get it in your mind that what you want to achieve, that's always the first steps. Think about what you want to achieve, how you're going to achieve it, and then just crack on, just get started with it. So that's always my advice. If you have already started and perhaps maybe even you did start and then you've sort of fallen back a little bit, maybe if the kids have now broken up from school, perhaps you're finding it a bit more challenging to fit in your exercise schedule, or maybe just your schedule's a little bit disrupted at the moment. This is me saying to you then, come on, no excuses. Let's stick with it. Let's try and do what you can. It doesn't matter if you can't do like 100% effort, even 50% effort is better than nothing, but any effort is better than nothing. But yeah, like 80-20 is what I work on. If 80% of the time you're doing exactly what you know you should be doing, so that's in terms of sort of diet, but everything else is lifestyle as well. So sort of getting enough sleep, drinking enough water. I was talking about last week, caffeine intake, not drinking too much coffee. If you're 80% of the time you're trying to do exactly what you know you should be, and then 20% of the time you sort of give yourself a little bit of a break, and you maybe eat a little bit more, or you eat foods that you don't particularly that you know won't particularly help you achieve your goals, or perhaps with exercise you kind of need to be sort of putting in as much effort as possible. But yeah, 80%, 80-20 still applies with that. If on 80% of the year, perhaps you're doing your exercise routine, but then 20% of the year when maybe things get in the way and the kids are off school, for example, and you can't quite spare the time, or you're just doing other things, then if you don't fit your exercise in on those weeks, then that's okay. So that just gives you a rough idea anyway. That's what I like to work to, 80-20. But yeah, so any effort is a good effort, so just keep with it this week if you have already started. But if you had started and then you've sort of dropped off a little bit, then just like I say, keep with it whatever you can. And if you're making really good progress, if you're really feeling the results, then obviously a couple of weeks left until Easter, and then maybe you can plan in a little bit of a weekend off, treat yourself maybe to a rest, or a weekend away if you got some time off or something, and just reward yourself in some way. Now obviously it's not always a great idea to reward yourself with food, but it's on this occasion, with Easter being usually for a lot of people about chocolate, then that might obviously naturally be the reward for you. But keep that in mind, keep that focused. It's not quite there, we're not quite there yet, but do keep that in mind for the next weekend. So keep with it. That's what I'm here to say this week, is just keep with it. Evaluate as well your progress. So think about how much you've achieved since you started. So whether it's weight loss, how much have you lost? Whether it's fitness, how much time have you put into it? How much fitter do you feel now? How much energized do you feel? What can you do now? If you started running, perhaps Can you run for a lot longer than you could when you started, covering more distance? Or we've talked about step count and things. What are you doing now? Try and give yourself a little bit of praise, and that's when your rewards come in, feeling good for your progress. Just to have a look back, because it's really easy to forget about where you've come from, and we're so focused on where we're going and what we want to achieve. But think about what actually you have achieved already in the short term, and you can give yourself a pat on the back for that. So just a couple more weeks then of effort, and then hopefully achieving your Easter health, fitness and weight loss goals.